Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It's early for me, drinking my coffee. Had a late night last night. Lexus pretty much threw a party for the IS 500 launch edition. Heck of a time. My voice is gone because the music was so loud. Everyone's just having a great time. It was just so much fun to be around other Lexus freaks like me. So what happened last night was more than what I was expecting. Lexus pretty much confirmed that F models are coming and more F Sport performance models are coming as well. At the IS 500 launch event last night, not only do we see the launch edition of the IS 500, Lexus told us the story, how it came to be, and kind of what the future is for F without telling us too much. But that's what I'm here for, to speculate with you guys. We're going to dive into what Lexus said themselves, and we're going to extrapolate from there. So you're seeing Andrew Gilliland as well as Townsend Bell, both Lexus representative. Well, Townsend more of a representative, race car driver, also sportscaster, phenomenal dude. But Andrew Gilliland definitely high up on the executive ladder for Lexus. So let's dive into this banter between them.
I think it's interesting again to remind people this is not a full-blown F vehicle. Even though the power to weight better than the original ISF, this is in the F Sport Performance line. Now I say line, this is the first in the F Sport Performance. Does that mean that we can see other vehicles in the F Sport Performance line?
There will definitely be more vehicles. There's a lot more coming where this came from. I'm not going to be able to go into it, but
Come on!
The guy over here with the glasses and the mask, if you want to see more of this, go bug the shit out of him, and he'll make it happen. And in fact, that's how this car came to be. So, Cooper, you just made fun of me earlier, like, oh, I'm going to keep drinking because you got to go up and get on stage. But I'm going to call you up here because I want these folks to hear the story about our president over in Japan is a gentleman named Mr. Sato. And he is solely responsible, along with Cooper, for having this car. So, Cooper, can you come up here and give us about 5 minutes of how this car
Real quick here, Cooper's microphone wasn't working that great, so sorry about that, and you'll hear some wind noise, so just prepare yourselves.
Shouldn't have told me you're going to keep getting in the Coors Lights.
Is it okay to tell the real story?
Yes, please. I think these folks deserve it. Tell them the whole story.
Well, thank you, I guess. So, look, the history of the IS is an interesting one. Everybody knows sedan sales are challenging, they're going down. But we still wanted to do a new IS because it's a great car. It's the youngest vehicle in the Lexus brand, one of the youngest vehicles in the entire luxury industry, and we really wanted to. So we landed on a platform that's basically a combination of the GS and the RC, so a different platform than the other brands. And that allowed us to have a grow about 1.4 inches, which was fantastic for styling. But my gearhead brain is saying, wait a minute, if it's part GS and part RC, then why can't we drop a big ass V8 in it? Yeah. Nobody's doing that, but we can. And the reason we can is because we do an amazing job with our hybrid products. So from a CAFE and greenhouse gas and emission standpoint, we can manage having a V8 in a car like this that nobody else can. So if that was then a sales pitch to try to convince our partners at TMC in Japan to do it. And so Sato and I were walking around Pebble Beach, and I was convincing him to do an F. I said, we need an ISF. Let's put the V8 in it. Let's do an ISF. And he says, we have new plans for F. F will be higher. So only Akio can approve F.
That's awesome.
I said, well, we still want the V8 in this car, so what if we call it IS 500 F Sport? Who can approve that? Ah, Koopa-san. I can approve that.
Yeah.
So happy he was at Pebble Beach at the right time.
No kidding.
So Andrew-san.
Yes.
If I take my piece of paper and cover up sport, it says F.
Yeah.
And so many people in here right now are F people out there.
Yep.
is there another F anything coming?
I would have to shoot everybody in here if I told you that, but there's a high likelihood. Kurt Cooper just said it, right? You just heard him say there's something more. So we're going to leave you guessing, but we won't be leaving you guessing for long. But this is the start. I don't think it's too much of a stretch to see that we are performance oriented along with all the other attributes that Lexus has. Quality, dependability, reliability, affordable luxury. The brand's changing, Townsend, and this starts to inform what that brand change looks like. And with Cooper's support and help, you're going to continue to see some really interesting things, not only on cars, but on SUVs too. So,
Good.
again, you're probably used to seeing a 70-year-old guy up here that runs the company. There's a bunch of younger folks that are car people running the company right now. And we're going to continue to push to get things like this.
Okay, great story from Cooper there. I'm just so excited because we've been waiting for this, guys, for a long time for Lexus to recommit to F, and they've done it, but in a very, I guess, grassroots way. They also confirmed at the event that it's going to be not only for cars but for SUVs. They also confirmed that we won't have to wait very long, so I'm expecting something within this model year or calendar year 2021 for them to announce either full F or another F Sport Performance. Super excited about that. Now, I don't think it would be a proper video of mine if we didn't bust out a spreadsheet and go over some potential F Sport Performance and F models that are coming. We just don't know exactly what they are yet. We don't know what they're going to be powered by, but let's take a stab at it. Let's have some fun with this. Well, we have the UX. The UX would be amazing if we get the 2-liter turbo that is in the current NX. I don't think they're going to put a 2.4-liter turbo that the engine's coming out probably this year. I don't think they're going to put 300 horsepower in the UX, but if they did, that would warrant a UXF model, a full-blown UXF to have that much power under the hood. I guess it's a small crossover. It was almost a hot hatch at that point. We don't get the UX300E here, but when I talked to Ryan Matsumoto in regards to electrification a little bit, he said in terms of performance and enthusiast, he pointed to the IS 500 launch edition. He's like, that's more of what we have in line for the upcoming F Sport Performance F and F models. So I don't think we're going to see hybrids or plug-in hybrids anytime soon for F Sport Performance or F models. Eventually that's what it's going to be. I think Lexus needs to go out with a bang with internal combustion, maximize it, give car enthusiasts and Lexus enthusiasts something excited for. But anyways, NX, what could we see here for F Sport Performance? Put a V6 in it, I guess, but with the rumored upcoming 2.4-liter turbo, the V6 would get smoked anyways because we're talking 300 horsepower, maybe more. We're talking around 300 pound-feet of torque that smokes the V6. They could have a higher tune of the 2.4-liter turbo. That's a possibility. Nothing's really coming to me on the NX in terms of F Sport Performance. And guys, don't worry. We're going over crossovers first. We'll dabble on the sedans as well. If you're going to stick around as long as me speculating. We're not going to talk on the full electric car because that's not what we're about today. RX needs to have a higher performance model for a long time now. That market's there's just so many offerings. Lexus, this is like their bread and butter, and the fact that they don't have a higher performance model in the RX is just I don't understand. But anyways, RX 350, that's not going anywhere. Some people are saying that there's an RX 500H trademark. It's possible that they could replace the V6 with a 2.4-liter turbo, but again, like the NX, to have maybe a higher output or twin turbo, that 2.4-liter inline 4 would be pretty cool. TX, we're not going to talk about that. The car's not officially announced. Hopefully it will be soon. LX, gosh, they should have higher performance models in the LX, and now we're talking about the twin turbo V8. Call it the LX 800, whatever, 650 horsepower and close to that same amount of pound-feet of torque would be phenomenal. Lexus, make it happen. Twin turbo V8, you know you can do it. Just bring it. People will shell out the money for it, I promise. Do it with the LQ as well. Again, not officially announced vehicle. Hopefully soon we get a flagship crossover to fight the Q8s out there, as well as the Lamborghini Urus. That would be amazing. Now, cars. Well, we have the F Sport Performance 500. So that's number one. What about an ES? I just don't see it happening unless it's a hybrid. And the reason is that they need to use that direct 4 technology that they showed off to be able to power the rear wheels adequately. The 4-cylinder ES250 all-wheel drive, it doesn't cut it. So we need to have some high power going to those rear wheels, give us the torque and the driving mechanics that we want, that the ES is actually capable of, but it's hampered by its front wheel drive system. So hopefully we get some more excitement there on the ES. The RC, well, we have the RCF that has the same V8 and the same horsepower as the IS 500 F Sport. So I almost think they need to cancel the RCF at this point, because the IS 500 is going to offer relatively the same performance for less money in theory. So I'm all for them canceling the RCF, lower the price, don't make the brakes as aggressive, and keep the V8 in it. I'm all for that. Call the RC 500 F Sport Performance. That would be amazing. LC, well, we all want the LCF. Full-blown F. Give us the V8 twin turbo. Oh, let's keep moving. I forget that on the other side of the spreadsheet is all my future predictions. But yes, on the LC, give us the LCF twin turbo V8, 650 horsepower. Yes, please, 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 please. Now the LS, this is one I'm kind of the most excited for. Well, the LS doesn't sell for anything, you know, it's a dying segment, but Lexus needs to give it some special attention. It should have more engine, more powertrain options. There should be an LS 500 F Sport Performance, and that should have the 5-liter V8 in it. There's no doubt in my mind they could easily put the 5-liter V8 in place of the V6, and the V6 or the twin turbo V6 just be the standard LS 500, and then they have an LS 500 F Sport Performance with the 5-liter 2UR GSE. Would be amazing. And of course that they would have an LSF with a twin turbo V8 like on the LCF and the LXF or LX800, whatever they call that vehicle. I'm sure you guys have amazing ideas that is just not crossing my mind. It's the sun's not even up yet fully. So yeah, I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night because I've been so excited for the event today. Today's the actual 12 hours of Sebring race. Hopefully Lexus takes the cake there. They got 2 cars in the race, I believe, today, so it'll be fun to see them kick butt in the 12 car and 14 car. I think those are the numbers. I'll bring you guys some coverage on that. I'll soak it in for a few hours and have amazing time with other fans and the Lexus representatives. Try to get some more nuggets of information out of them. But guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for your support. Sebring has been amazing. It's going to be amazing today. Bring you more coverage. I don't know what else to say. F is back. Don't know when. All I know it's coming soon. And more F Sport performance models like the IS 500. Lexus, just put the V8 in every single vehicle you can. I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. Guys, I'll leave it there. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't smashed the like button, go and do that. See you in the next video. Peace out.